What's up, guys? So it is almost 6. You can see the sun's coming up. I'm in my apartments, and I love to get a sense of how everything's moving. Like right now, it's like kind of still, but you can tell like the earth is slowly moving. You know, what's that saying? As the world turns, you know? I just like in that sense. I like being outside and being able to like, I don't know, almost just like see everything that's going on. Like, for instance, I like to play basketball. And you got like 5-on-5. There's like 10 people on the court plus a ball going everywhere, and you know it's a game. It's like you're involved. I don't know. I just like being out here and like it doesn't have to be like stuff necessarily. Just like being aware of the motion of everything else to kind of synchronize myself with it. If I'm like inside or something, I feel like I'm just like enclosed and I'm like not aware of enough like that's going on anywhere. I like to be outside. I like to just keep a sense of motion. I feel like it because like that's all time really is like motion, relative position changes, and I don't know, interactions and whatever. It's just physical changes. That's all time is, and energy gradients and chemistry and momentum and velocity, blah blah blah. It's all just a bunch of processes happening. I don't know, for some reason I just like to keep I don't know, I just like to kind of get a sense of that. I don't know, it's like a sense of time almost. It's especially good when it's early morning like this, because you can see like the difference between night sky and day sky. You can like actually like sense the change, After once it's daytime, it's gonna be bright all day, and you can see the same change during nighttime. It's like a 15-20 minute window where the sun's coming up like this. It's quiet today. It's Sunday morning. I just like because that's the like trick of it all. I think a lot of people don't get. A lot of people, they like go by their arbitrary clocks and stuff. It's like, time is really just motion. Like, I mean, that's all anything is. It's all just a universe that's moving. There's all types of stuff that's happening, and we measure with our clocks, the rotation of the earth. I don't know, I'm just trying to explain this just to get a sense of, like real, time, if that's what you want to call it. See, time, people think of it as like some arbitrary thing. They think about like, oh, stopwatch or this or that. Like, just don't think about stopwatch. Think about, events occurring over, a certain amount of time, Then we get a real sense of time, How long does it take this earth to do a full rotation, That's time. And you have like your own internal clock, like how long did you have to wait? Everybody goes by like these arbitrary schedules, You have your own like sense of time when you kind of see things, and it's much more real, I don't like an arbitrary sense of time. I like, my own sense, like, how long does it take for the sun to rise? How long does it, and know what that motion is as well, and how long does it take to do a full rotation, How long does it take water to boil? How long does it take, that bus to get downtown? It's all like it's just these motions, different speeds and different, energy processes, energy transferring processes and stuff. It's a real physical thing. It's not like a thing in your brain. It's not, I don't know. It's everything kind of has a different pace also, and I think that's probably a big part of what I'm talking about. Like the whole earth spinning right now, and there's, I don't know. So if you think on that level, it's like, okay, you're on like a slower, frequency, how long it takes per rotation, stuff like that. But if you get involved with like more intricate stuff, it's more like high speed. Like once the sun comes up, people are gonna lose that sense of like Earth rotating time, and they'll just be more involved in their individual stuff. I mean, it pretty much always happens. And I just like think about that. I just like sense it all. And I think it's nice. I think honestly, people don't even realize it, but you could like slow a lot of stuff down, because all it really is like, see, if you like look at a clock and the seconds are ticking off, ding, 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 you're like, oh no, 1, 2, like you're counting, like you don't get a sense of stoppage. If you're actually understanding physical processes, it's like you can stop a lot of processes. You don't have to do almost anything. A lot of things can stop. A lot of things can chill. I like that. I like to chill. Sometimes I don't like hustle and bustle. Actually, quite often, I don't like hustle and bustle. Honestly, I would say I love chill. I really don't like hustle and bustle at all. I don't know. It's just like it's just a different sense of life. And I guess another thing though, like whenever that sun comes up and it's feeding energy in, it's causing a lot of processes to start up and go. It's feeding energy into the system, and it's like, that's why it's like way more intense. Like right now it's relatively chill. You got people, cars going by and stuff. Everybody's waking up. The sun feeds energy into the system and it starts getting everything going. It's just feeding that fuel, that literally feeding fire, feeding energy. It causes a lot of processes to happen. Trees start waking up. I'm about to say plants, but trees start waking up and doing photosynthesis and stuff. And animals, and they can see, so they go like hunt, go find some stuff. The whole world gets moving when the sun starts feeding energy into the system. But yeah, I just like that sense of time. It's like whenever you're looking at like a clock, because it's different. Like right now, it's different than it's gonna be in like than what it'll be in like 5 hours from now, than what it will be about 5 hours from now. It's just a different pace. So what's the point of having the same seconds? The real life, sense of time is much more relevant. You don't need, like, just look, like you got a plane flying. People are doing stuff, they're synchronizing, but there's not too much going on. It's chill. Like, I don't know, I get that sense, like we think of minutes and seconds, it's always the same, it's always uniform, but there's always like different, paces of things going on, different vibes. It's like sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast, hustle and bustle. It's just, I like vibing with, I like pacing myself with kind of what's going on. It's getting a sense of it all. And I really like chill. I don't like hustle and bustle. I really don't. I like chill. I like just like the slow moving of the earth. It's like, puts me on like a much like longer wavelength, just like way slower, and it's just relaxing kind of. I just like it like that. I don't like, I don't need to be all hustle and bustle, I just don't. Anyway, I'm just chit-chatting, just BSing right now, I guess. And see, like, if I look at the amount of time in seconds and minutes on this video, I might be like, oh no. But it's different times. Like, for some people, they might say it's a long video. Some people might say it's short. And it just depends on, what you're doing, like what pace you're going, It's different for everybody, It's probably a short video for a lot of people, Some people might say, oh my God, this video took forever. Can't believe it. I think a lot of people, see, that's the thing. I think a lot of people are in a hustle and bustle mode. I'm just like, fuck that. Fuck that. I like chilling. I do like chilling. Like slowing myself down with slower processes and just chilling. I do not need to, like, see, that's the thing, like, I don't know, like right now it's like a chill sense. Like there's not much going on. It don't feel like, unless like there's things that happen right next to me, like a car coming by and stuff. Like, but if I'm just out here and it's relatively peaceful, the only like change that I sense is like the slow motion of the earth, rotating, and I'm like, that's a cool, slow sense of time. With other things, if I go down there, for instance, there's all these cars. If I go down there, it's like car, car, car. It's like I'm in this much different, mindset. I like the slow sense of time, you know what I'm saying? The slow sense of change where I'm just like, like just almost like time is frozen. It's not frozen, it's just like way slower. It's just cool. Almost literally too, cool. Less energy being fed in and processes are slower. Pun intended. In hindsight. I just like it. I like time. I like this sense, like I said. Do I have to say anything else? I don't think I need to say anything else. I think that's good. Good explanation for this concept, ain't it? I feel like I don't know. I feel like I'm thinking too much. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm out of here.